Alright folks, we're back. I'm sure you missed this whole process of screencasting. We'll try to make this as quick and painless as possible. This is the screencast for the second part of this unit on Two Americas. In this part, we're going to take our knowledge from the first part of it, where we studied antebellum America and found all these this demographic information, and we're going to see to what extent, if there's any similarities still between sections between North and South, by taking a look at different states today. So two screencasts here. The first one here, I just have three goals. I want us to give you a basic overview of the assignment rubric. Two, we're going to find the data. And then three, just quickly discuss how you want to format your answer and so on. So the first thing, guys, you need to remember here is this is optional. All right, so if you're happy with the 8.0 or 8.5 that you're likely going to get, or 7.5 or whatever, that's fine. This is for the kind of advanced. This is if you think you can kind of take your learning to the next level and make some connections to the modern day. All right, I'm looking at the rubric right now, which is also on the website, and it says here that to get a 1.0 and get kind of the 100% here, you need to successfully locate and present the information, and to create hypotheses that are mostly reasonable and based on sound logic. So that's not a real high bar, so don't get too freaked out by this. This isn't going to be something that we could write a book on or something like that. But I just want to see some sound logic from you. So let's just keep that in mind too. All right, two, guys. The second goal is I want you to know where you can find your data. I'm going to post these links here on the website as well. But two main places. One would be wolframalpha.com, as I showed you, and even if you can't see the actual URL there, number one, I'm going to have a link, but you could also just Google this. So that's a site you could use. And you could type in something like Oregon. I use the example, well, we could use Michigan here, demographics. And that'll give us a big list of all the stuff here. And we can see age and gender and ethnicities and education in there, in addition to all the births and deaths and population and so on. And as I showed you in class, you could also put Michigan, Alabama. Those are the two states you're going to demographics. And that'll give you the side-by-side comparison, which is nice. All right, so good. So that's where you can find the information. That's one site. This is probably even a better site. This is from the U.S. Census Bureau. This is where every 10 years they take all this demographic data and have tons and tons and tons of data here for us. And this is the quick facts. So this is quickfacts.census.gov, and again, I'll have that link on the website. And you can just use the pull-down menu from the left. Maybe we'll look at Maine. Hit go. And this gives us tons and tons of information, and maybe this would be the easiest to do actually. All right. So facts about business, facts about people, and demographics there. All right, so that's good stuff. And you can even go access more up here. It says more main data sets, and it breaks it down even further. All right. So the goal is just to get one for each of the three categories. Here you're going to choose the three demographic categories. The goal is simply to get one kind of measure or metric or statistic that we can use, all right, to compare. All right, so for agriculture, I'm going to kind of print up a list and put this on the website too. But for agriculture, you might use the percentage of the state economy that is agriculturally based, and that can be found in the census website. For industry, same thing. What percentage of the state economy, of the money that state makes or puts out, is based in manufacturing and making things? You can kind of compare that North and South to before the Civil War, see if that's still the same. Education, there's several things we talked about in class you could use here. You could look for the percentage of population with a high school diploma, and that's what Wolfram Alpha gives you. You could also search for graduation rates or dropout rates. Those would all be evidence of one state having better education over another. And then again, you'll have to make that comparison to before the Civil War based on your knowledge. Race, you want to just look at the percentage of races, just like I showed you for Maine here. If we go back really quick, we'll look, and it has just white persons, black persons, American Indian, Asian persons, and so on. All right. For religion, you might want to look at percentages of Protestant and Catholic. For immigration, I have this really good thing I'm going to post here, guys, a really good example here. This is Ancestry, right, by state. And we know that immigration was higher in one region than it was in the other, so you could take a look at that, and I'll post this on the website. And lastly, social class. That's kind of a complex one. There is a measure. It's called the Gini coefficient. It's pretty complex, so if you wanted to do that one, you have to see me. All right, see you in video 2.